Okay, I apologize if you've had trouble hearing me on some of these other videos. I just found a little error. I will review what we have done so far. Hopefully it clarifies some things and hopefully saves you some headaches as we get going here. First of all, one of the things that you've been asked to do at the beginning of this is to put in about 4 accounts and the trial balance. You need to make sure that you do this correctly. If you're not sure where that balance goes, whether it's a debit or a credit, please check. Make sure that you have it. There's other problems you can look at. Make sure that you do that correctly. Once you're done with the trial balances, you should actually put the totals in. As you can see, the work together totals are posted here for you. The second thing you are asked to do are some adjustments, and I think it's best to do these right away rather than wait at the end. Some people like to wait, but it's not a good idea. Remember, supplies office, supply store, prepaid insurance. The numbers given to you in the book are the ones that go over here in the balance sheet. You have to subtract the trial balance minus the actual number on hand at the end of the year. That number that you subtract goes in the adjustments credit. Another thing that needs to be done is to calculate the allowance for uncollectible accounts. Remember, that number goes right here. It's at 2120, and then you carry across. Merchandise inventory, that number will be given to you, and then you find the difference in the numbers there. Accumulated depreciation, I believe, will be given to you in the future. Right now it is not being given to you, so you have to do a calculation. And then the 5582, I'll go through that in the end. Now, the yellow box on the right side is in the balance sheet. That is going to include your information that you need to have for the balance sheet. Make sure you're carrying the numbers across. Make sure you're typing them correctly. Make sure that you're carrying them into the right column. Like I said the other day, I found it best to put my cursor in cash, go up to Windows, and freeze the panes. Mine says unfreeze because I've already done it. Then you go down below. You're going to do the exact same thing. Carry things across into the income statement. And you'll go all the way down. The only thing that you don't do is that last number, which in this one is $40,055.82. We total everything up. We take the income statement credit number and put it on the top line here. We take the income statement debit number, which is not going to be the same number that I have right there, and I'm going to put that in there, and then I subtract. I need to go up here to the top where we have to do some calculating. Now, we've already calculated that our net income before federal income tax is $145,655.94. Therefore, I need to do a calculation. So I made $50,000 at 15%. I made that entire amount, so it's going to be taxed at 15. I've also made at least $75,000, so I'm going to be taxed at 25% on the next $25,000. We've made $100,000, so it's taxed at 34%. Then I have to subtract this number from $100,000. I've already taxed $100,000, so I subtract it, and I get $45,655.94. I take that 45,000 and change times 39%. That's how I get $17,805.82. I add all of the greens together, and that's how I get this $40,055.82. Now, if I was to tax if my net income was $80,000, then I would tax $50,000, $25,000, and $5,000 to get my $80,000, and then I would add those numbers up. But nevertheless, my federal income tax is $40,055.82. So I go down to the very bottom. Federal income tax expense I've already paid in $40,000. So the last little payment that I got is $55.82. So that's my adjustment. I carry that across into my income statement. I go up to federal income tax payable, $55.82. I carry that across. The last thing I do is my net incomes. Remember, I subtract the big number minus small number. I put the result under the smaller number. Again, I do the same thing on the balance sheet. Big number minus small number. The result should equal the income statement. And then I total all the numbers up. And that is how we do the worksheet with all of the steps from 14.1 to 14.6.